welcome everybody, welcome to Lurker101 Plays Democracy 3. A game where basically you play as the world leader of a country. Sounds simple? Yeah, right. You've got a choice of countries here: UK, France, Germany, United States, Canada and Australia. And as far as I'm aware, I'll just show you here. You've got all the different settings for them: compulsory voting, monarchy, term length, and a lot of the stats are accurate of the countries as far as I know. Then again, it would say that the countries are being run by Klingons and Ewoks, and that would be accurate as far as I know. We're going to start nice and easy. I say easy. None of them are easy. Might as well get the wave of hate out of the way to start off with, by starting with the United States of America. The United States of America is a federal republic consisting of 50 states. The USA is the third largest country by land area and population, and is also the world's largest national economy, with an estimated 19% of total GDP, when measured by purchasing power parity. The country accounts for 39% of global military spending, despite containing only 4.46% of the global population. The US President acts as both head of state and head of government, as well as Commander-in-Chief of the US Armed Forces. Got your population, size, life expectancy, 78 years, it's not bad that. Inequality of 47%. GDP per capita, blah blah blah. Big Mac Index, $4.2. Beef consumption, 57.4 pounds of beef per person. I don't know if that's per day, per month, per year, per lifetime. If it's per day, that's pretty badass, I will say that. Religion is majority Christian. And poverty of 16% as of 2006. And this game basically runs through the Depression as well, which is going to be a pain in the arse. By opposition name, let's have the Republicans. Because they don't play around, do they? They just do not play around. And we can't choose from all these: Lib Dems, Social Democrats, Jehovah Party, blah 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 blah. No. We're making out one party, the Lurker Party. Lurker Front, no. The Lurker Party. I mean, we could have the Monster Raven Looney Party if we wanted, but we'll stick to the Lurker Party. Obviously, it's America, so we have hurricanes, we have earthquakes. There is no monarchy, there is no compulsory voting, and political apathy is 58%. I can't move the sliders for socialism, different, blah blah blah. Don't want to. Let's play America as America and fix this country's problems. Right, let's get into it. Congratulations on your election victory. Nobody knows how you got into power, but good luck. You'll need it. Welcome to your new job as president. The lives of all 316,668,000 citizens are now in your hands. As you will imagine, there are a number of situations and concerns that you will need to deal with as soon as possible, while keeping an eye on the long-term improvement of our citizens' quality of life. Plus, do not forget that you face re-election in 4 years, so you will need to monitor the opinion polls and our party membership. Good luck. Right, straight away we need to get the national health up, crime down. Education seems to be fine. Let's begin our term. Now you've got all it looks like a big confusing mess at the moment, but it's simple to work out. Liberal issues are down, and that's everything that feeds into liberal issues. This side's law and order, services, tax, economy, welfare, foreign policy, transport. Trade unions aren't happy. Parents very not happy. And we are low on popularity. We can sort all this out. And we have a deficit of 130 billion. But let's sort that out straight away with the expenditure. No, we're not having that big a military force because we don't need it. It'll not please the patriots or state employees, but we have to do something about military spending. Gotta keep them highly trained. Say 170 billion a quarter, and apply those changes. Hang on. What? No, we haven't got political capital turned on. It's alright, it's alright. Political capital makes things 10 times harder. I'll show you that later though. Where else can we drop spending? Right. First things first, let's sort out law and order. So we've got all these things here. Internet crime is becoming a problem. You can find out there various problems. Intelligence services. I want the intelligence services bang up. It'll lower internet crime. It'll upset the liberals. It'll reduce crime. But increases their patrioticness. Everything feeds into everything else. You'll see in a second. Yes, we're doing that. And let's deal with vigilante mobs. There's three things it affects. Conservative members are a base group that will vote for us, and you can see here it's been getting out of control for quite some time. The last government wasn't doing its job. And with big crime, Conservatives are not happy, and we're going on tourism. So let's improve our police force. Medium. Let's go high. The 40 billion a quarter. Deal with drug addiction, because that'll be part of crime as well. It's going to narcotics. Drugs outlawed. Can legalise cannabis. LSD. All drugs. Parents are obviously very unhappy with that. Crime will change as a result. Legal drug consumption and addiction will go up. Conservatives won't be too happy. You know what? I'm going to legalise cannabis because I want to tax it. It's wrong chart. Light bulb here. Here's policies. Tax. We want an alcohol tax. Yes. Be fair with the tax. It should curb drinking. And the alcohol law. Let's get this country up to speed with the rest of the world. Minimum age 18. Apply. What are the taxes doing? Internet tax? No. Who in the right mind would put that up? Ah, drugs tax. Right. Can't see how much we're actually doing here. Want a lower tax. But there's a new form of income for us. Let's mess about. Anything red you really need to sort out. We need to sort out the trade unions. A little too pro-employer there. It'll cost us more to get everything balanced. It'll upset the capitalists. But we need it mostly balanced. Apply those changes. Right, what's this? Pollution caused by the environment. Need to get car usage up and running. And what do we do here? Let's increase the petrol tax. See a 20% tax. Now, we've made a lot of changes there already. So what I'm going to do is just move on to the next quarter and see how that plays out. Right, poverty up. Well, that's gone well. Oh, child these are important things that turn up every quarter. Little problems that you need to sort out. Too many of our younger citizens are leaving school early in order to take up low-paying jobs. Some are even skipping school to work full-time when they should be learning. The law is currently very weak with regards to preventing companies from employing under 16s in full-time positions. The proposed law would make it a criminal offence to knowingly employ someone under 16 for more than 5 hours a week. Right, so should we criminalise it, or should we leave the law unchanged? I mean, you've got fair arguments for both sides. It doesn't deliberately try to sway you one way or the other. You can read both arguments. I've already made my mind up on this one, but I'll read. Leave the law unchanged for you. This law is unnecessary. The children who are skipping school are unlikely to be those who would pay attention in class anywhere. And they are contributing to the economy by working instead, but also running the risk of criminalising small businessmen who may not know the age of the people they employ on a casual basis. And that is a fair argument, but we can make speeches about how children should be in school until we are blue in the face. Unless we back up our words with legislation and the threat of criminal action, children will continue skipping school to earn money. We must back this law for the sake of the children. For the children, that's not the argument I'm going with here. I'm not one of those think of the children people, bollocks with that. It is open to too much abuse. So, yes, we're criminalising it. Children should be in school. We need to get poverty down. Global economy is doing well, and this is having a positive effect on GDP. Credit rating is just BB, so we need to get credit rating higher. Polls are looking bad, but they are going up. Quick tutorial. As you can see, I haven't played this too much. And percentage, cynicism and complacency. So I have no idea what all this is yet. So you've got all your different focus groups here who you need to suck up to get your vote going. So what's this one? I have no idea what any of this is, to be honest with you. Moderately unhappy, fanatically proposed. I'm starting to get it here. Annoyed with the government, unhappy, furiously opposed. Right, I'm starting to understand that now. I didn't before. Right. Popularity seems to be going up though. Power seems to be going down. I think that's a good thing. Country's becoming a little more liberal. We need to sort out all this foreign policy. Citizenship tests. That's something we need to do straight away. Tax. Micro renovation grants. Mansion tax. Possibly. Tax credits. Let's get kids in school. The system of tax reductions and credits designed to encourage people to spend their money on private education in order to reduce tax liability. This boosts private schooling without involving state-running schools or employing teachers, but its effect is limited to those people in society earning enough to be paying tax in the first place. Got health tax credits. A system of tax reductions and credits designed to encourage people to spend their money on private healthcare in order to reduce the tax liability. This boosts healthcare without involving the state-run hospitals. So that can ease the burden of your state-run hospitals and schools to get people more educated and healthy. Punitive wealth tax. That doesn't sound capitalist to me. That doesn't sound... It's simply punishing wealthy people for being wealthy, which is not a good thing. Tax allowance. A tax break for married couples. No, just because you've got a religious piece of paper doesn't mean you get a break. We're not banning Sunday shopping. Maternity leave. Some people ensuring that mothers have the right to maternity leave and to return to their jobs afterwards is a sign of civilized society. One that encourages women to work. Some small businesses are concerned they can put an unpredictable and even potentially crippling burden on an employer, especially where the number of employees is small. It could be argued that this actually encourages employers not to employ women, but implemented it anywhere. And we'll give full pay. Will be nice for now. It'll lower productivity, but it'll keep parents happy. It'll also keep the trade unions happy. And that'll improve things for us. We really need to sort out abortion laws and death penalties and handgun laws. Right, it's America. They've got the right to bear arms, but we want some sort of controls. It might not keep the liberals happy, but we want a license and a minimum age. It should help sort out crime as well. Confirm, yes. What's this? Alcohol law. Sorted that already. Alcohol abuse should go down as a result soon enough. Private prisons. Cancel policy. Prisons should not be run by private companies. It just shouldn't. It should be state run, that way there's no profit agenda. Handgun laws, we've just done that. Antisocial behaviour, police force. We've buffed them. You can see there where it's at and where it's going to go to. So it's not fully implemented yet, but it will be. Good quality legal aid, that way there's fair chances for people to have their day in court. We'll set aside 8 billion for that. Yep. And as you can see here, the deficit is only 11 billion right now. It's gone down. So much to change. Prisons. We want to focus on extensive rehabilitation. That way they don't come out worse than they've gone back in. It's got a good effect all around, actually. Keeps everybody happy. There's no reason to not do it. It'll cost more, but it's worth it in the long run. What else have we got? Police force, we've done that. Intelligence services, we've done that. Death penalty. Mass murderers only. We could raise it for most crime. Littering. Death penalty. Homicide and rape. We could abolish it if we wanted, but we're going to revert the changes, leave it for mass. You know what? Time to move forward with the times. We're going to get rid of the death penalty once and for all. So the internet crime intelligence services will do that. What's this? Prisoner tagging. A high-tech alternative to incarceration that allows people to reintegrate with the community upon release from prison, whilst allowing law enforcement authorities to keep a close eye on them. The Liberals have concerns that such a system is a step towards a police state which monitors our every move. But it does sort out the crime and violent crime. So we're going to leave that there. Prisons, we've just done that. Violent crime, lots of stuff there. Education, alcohol law, armed police, sort this out. That is extensive. Giving police officers submachine guns. Right. We're going to have gun specialists only. because we've tightened up their firearms laws, so we won't need so many police officers out there with guns either. So yes, we're doing that. Gated communities. A drastic solution to serious crime and vandalism. Gated communities are basically self-policed residential areas. They're popular with the wealthy, but often associated with a class divide and inequality, as the only relatively wealthy can afford to live inside them. As a result, some governments are reluctant to permit their construction. Keeps the wealthy happy and the conservatives happy, which tend to go hand in hand. Everyone else not happy at all. I'm going to leave that for now, but only for now. Right, we do need to sort out the deficit and the debt. So let's have a look at tax. So inheritance tax, property tax. Let's start all the way at fuel tax. Oh, we've already done that way. Raising fuel tax. So what's this? Car tax. Taxing the ownership of all motor vehicles is one way to persuade people to use alternative forms of transport. It can be argued, however, that such a system increases the fixed costs of car ownership, encouraging people to use a car more once they've gone to the trouble of taxing it. There's also the argument that this tax has unfairly hit the poor and people in rural communities where a car is a necessity. That is true. If you live in the arse end of nowhere, you need a car. Not everywhere has public transport. So instead of doing that, we'll increase the usage of public transport where possible. Sales tax. I'm thinking we should just lower it a touch. Not too much. Apply that change. Okay. That should help destroy poverty a little. Income tax. Unnecessarily high, I think. It's the middle income a lot. Drop it to 20%. Hopefully all this will add up. Capital gains. I'm bumping that to 30% straight away. But no. 35. It should pay for some of the stuff we've done. Hybrid car initiative. But no. Hybrid cars are silly. Prefer changes. I might even cancel the policy at some point. Drugs tax. Wait for that to kick in first. Inheritance tax. A tax paid on the wealth of an individual as it is passed on to their descendants. An inheritance tax protects equality by preventing families amassing wealth and advantage over the generations. So it is popular with socialists and the poor. However, some people are strongly opposed to anything that prevents them handing on their hard-earned wealth, especially their housing, to the children. That's a fair point. It's... On one hand, you can see the argument of, stopping families accruing massive piles of coin over the generations. On the other hand, it is kind of grave robbing, isn't it? I'm going to leave that alone for now. I'm going to leave that alone for now, and I click on it straight away. Property tax, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to raise that to 15%. Not by much, just 15%. We'll leave that alone for now, just move straight into the next quarter. GDP down, but health is up. Debt protection law. Bonga! The debt collection agencies have been in the news because of the aggressive methods they are using to extract payment from people who owe large sums of money. These debt collection agencies provide credit to people whom large and more reputable companies will not lend money. A law is proposed to limit the ways in which such agencies can operate. Let's summarise these two. Allowing them, it's basically, nobody's forcing them to borrow this money. It's their own fault. The against argument is, these people are in massive amounts of debt and they're desperate. They wouldn't go to these companies if they had a choice. They kind of don't have a choice. They're screwed either way. So I'm going to limit the activity. Screw you, Wonga. Economy doing well, even though GDP is down. Still just BB for now. And cabinet is loyal. Oh, we can change our cabinet as well. She's loyal. The more experienced they are, the faster they can implement changes you're making. But you've got to keep them happy as to their sympathies. Loyal. Once they're disloyal, you just get rid of them straight away because they become pains in the arse. Transport Minister. I should probably swap her around anyway. So let's hire somebody else. Where are we? Someone good for transport. He's not got much experience, but Sammy Taylor, you're with me for now. We'll see how well you do. Right. Country's becoming a little less patriotic. Parents are happier, Conservatives not so much. Ooh, what's this vigilante mobs? They're going up. Oh, it's because... Yep, I abolished the death penalty. It will sort itself out though. Trust me. It will sort itself out. Jury trial. The right to be tried by ordinary members of the public rather than a judge is seen as a fundamental human right by many liberals. Conservatives argue that such a process is expensive, time-wasting and no fairer than a judge or group magistrate. Well, as someone who's experienced magistrate justice, I see, you know what? If it's requested, yes. But don't need it all the time. So we'll apply that. Deficit's much bigger than it used to be. We need to sort the money. Government borrowing is one of the biggest problems. So we need to get the deficit down. No, that's the income. Still need to get the government borrowing down. State pensions, you know what? We'll reduce that as much as we can, but at the same time, can't reduce it too much. Space program. We'll drop down to unmanned probes until... Come on, drop down a touch. Until we get the GDP back up. Real subsidies, nah. Tech grants, police force, small business grants, debt interest, that's on the deficit. Right, that's going up. Food stamps. Right. I have no idea what those things are. My country doesn't have them. Foreign aid. Costly. Helps with foreign relations though. And ethnic minorities. Well, I've reduced military spending, so let's drop their foreign aid to 10 billion. No point in reducing the military spending if we're not going to reduce the foreign aid as well. An employment benefit. Might as well help the unemployed. Touch. Maybe that'll help things. Armed police cost money. Right, we'll see if that works. Pollution is starting to dip. There is a serious skills shortage that we need to deal with. So education, sort out the state schools, shared textbooks, bollocks with that. Get them some modern textbooks instead. That's food stamps. Let's sort some more policies out. Import tariffs. Cheap imports can be damaging to the economy because the local companies cannot match the lower salaries paid by foreign competitors. Import tariffs help to protect local manufacturers from unfair competition. This doesn't go against the real free market economics though, and can be seen as being unfair to foreign countries, possibly sparking retaliation. Not really worth it, is it? Lots of options here. Subsidies for oil drilling. Why would you have that? Why? Do you really have a problem selling oil? Really? You're struggling to sell oil? Bugger off. Tax. A flat income tax is where a tax where every citizen pays the same marginal rate of income tax regardless of the total income. As a result, the cleaner in the office pays the exact same rate as the CEO, but the CEO's tax bill will be higher. This simplest structure can lead to a lower avoidance and evasion. It is not progressive and can exacerbate home income inequality. I'm actually gonna do it. I just am. Right. It's hitting the middle class. We'll drop this to 25%. It's going to take a lot to hit the wealthy though, isn't it? The middle class is going to be hurt. It's not popular with voters at all. Cancel. Voters do not want it. Got to give the guys of some form of democracy while I'm here. Like tax returns. Unfortunately, some wealthy people in society try to avoid taxes with illegal tax evasion methods. By making tax returns public, people can now check if someone else is using loopholes or abusing the system. The full disclosure will encourage support of the system, as well as reducing tax evasion and forcing everyone to be able to justify their income. Done! It's gonna upset the wealthy, but fuck them. Let's go through. I know there was a tax that I actually agreed with here, but I can't find it. Punitive tax on superstores which crush small businesses. Yes, that is what I was after. Let's not make it too high though. See, 35%. Apply changes. We'll leave that for now, and we'll see what comes of it in the next episode. Thank you for your tolerance. See you next time.